Any sport you watch, it's entertainment. There's money involved. There's money involved. There's going to be corruption. It's the nature of the industry, of anything in life. That's what it is.
What's up, RBA family? Thank you for tuning in to the Think RBA Podcast, where real ballers adjust. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss any of our new content. Oh, and don't forget, hit the comments. We want to hear from you.
Listen, I'm on record saying this from way back, is that the NBA is a business. It is not an organization that thrives on being fair, quote unquote. They're a business. They're here to entertain. Entertainment doesn't mean fair. I'm not saying that what's happening is not fair. What I'm saying is they have to look out for a product. They have to grow.
But before you get into that, can you say what you mean by fair? Like, give context for what you're saying. Fair in terms of
Lakers versus Kings. Fair. Was that fair to get elbowed in the jaw by Kobe Bryant?
But what's the context for this? It's Shea, right? That's what
no, it's anything. Whatever side you side with and however you feel, understand that the game is officiated, ran it's a business. It's not a fair play. Whether it's a script writing, whether it's wrestling, whether it's football, whatever it is. If it's an entertainment business, there is no fairness in it to the level that you may believe it should be.
So then does that not diminish the Game 7?
It diminishes every sport, but we don't treat it like that. We treat it like it's supposed to be fair. That's why we get emotional and have these huge debates about who's this and who's that and what should have happened, could have happened, would have happened. But what happens is later, oh, we're sorry, we messed up. You get an apology maybe, but it doesn't reverse the call. It doesn't reverse the outcome of the result of a game. And life moves on. And then we have feelings. And then we talk about how the refs are undefeated, right? That jersey's undefeated. So that should also be taken with a grain of salt, right? All right, we get it's a game. We would like for it to be fairly officiated. However, how many of us have actually had the opportunity to get on an NBA floor and officiate these professionals and really know what we're looking at and how we should be looking at it? That's the other side of it. So there's a human element to it, right? Crowds. I think a ref is it's a very difficult job. It's an extremely difficult job. You're being yelled at by the fans, by the coaches, by the players, by everybody. You're the most hated person in the stadium. Is that not true? We've seen this. We've seen even in the youth level, I've seen parents yelling at the refs, kids yelling at the refs, coaches yelling at the refs. It's a tough position to be in, but that doesn't mean obviously you got to do your job with integrity. But the NBA is an entertainment business. That's the part we got to understand. Now, the narratives, those are driven by the media.
Before you go further,
sure.
I'm really disappointed in you.
Sure.
Disappointed in the non-RBA stance
Sure.
that you just took.
Which is?
Quick question to see yes or no. NBA referee, is that a profession?
Of course it is.
Are they expected to do their job?
Yes.
So all of that other stuff that you mentioned does not matter.
Who do they work for?
Doesn't matter.
Yes, it does matter.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the crowd, you're hated and and everybody. None of that matters. You especially if you are good enough to get assigned to Game 7 of the NBA Finals. That means that's cream of the crop. Super Bowl NFL refs, cream of the crop. They get graded all season, right? You get the best of the best for that particular game. For the NBA Finals, you get different crews. You get the best of the best. You're a professional. You go out there and do it. All that other extracurricular non-RBA stuff that you just mentioned doesn't matter.
So let me ask you a question.
At the end of the day, when Shea comes down there and throws an elbow and extends his arm out, they call an offensive foul.
So let me ask you a question.
End of story.
Question is, why remove Scott Foster? He's the best in the league. He's their number one go-to guy.
That's not necessarily.
He's pretty much the top guy.
He's one of, but I can't answer to Adam why.
Okay, so when Halliburton double dribbles and they don't call it, and then hits a three, where's the call there? There was no call there. So we can go both ways with this.
At the end of the day, the crew that was selected was selected for Game 7 of the NBA Finals.
Sure.
And go out there.
The refs is just an element, all right? I'm talking about it as an entertainment business. Let's set the foundation of our expectations that we have. Any sport you watch, it's entertainment. There's money involved. There's money involved. There's going to be corruption. It's the nature of the industry, of anything in life. That's what it is. Now, as far as this game is concerned, all the narratives, these are media driven. A lot of this is media driven. So a lot of sports is media driven.
That I agree with.
Right, and this is a sport, highest stage ever. They need you to click they need you to tune in, whatever that may be. Yes, the Pacers and OKC are not very high market teams. So how do we drive that narrative? By these little stories, these little takes, and then exacerbate it and say, oh, look at this. And now that there's this, I'm glad you brought this up, this whole Shea hate and Tyrese Glaze that's happening. I'm watching this shift. All these Glazers, I'm gonna call them Glazies. All y'all Glazies, and the haters on the other side.
Pause.
And now I'm seeing like all these different social media clips, all these takes, how this dude pushes off and how this dude this and the other guy, he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Blah, 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 blah. We forget that they've been playing this way since the beginning of the season. Where was all this talk, all this recognition, all this noticing, oh, wait a minute. There's plenty of highlights before they got to this stage where now this hate is suddenly coming, or this glazing is suddenly showing up. They've been playing like this. This has been their game. But the casual just wants to, I want to follow the trend because they're sheep. Sheep follow, whereas the ones who are ready to go against that, oh wait, I've noticed this already. I'm in it. I've watched this. Watching the game is not enough. You got to go out and play it. You got to feel that moment. You got to know what it feels like. Yes, now game 7 is different, but playing the game, understanding angles and this and that, whatever it is, if you got to know that to talk about it. I can't just sit on my couch and not play and understand, oh yeah, that's how no, it does. You don't know what it feels like. You have no idea what it feels like.
Well, I mean, we don't know what it feels like. Play.
I know what it feels like to go play at least and know what a shot feels like, how what the release, that's the part.
There's plenty of media people that play too.
No, they played.
Or play, but they might play in their old man leagues.
Correct. You have to play to understand. Even doesn't have to be at a high level. But we're talking about these push-offs and this and that. And suddenly like the other guy can only go right. He can't go left, right? Shea's not the only player to do this. If you don't know the history of the game, I suggest you go back and watch it. Dwayne Wade, the ultimate foul baiter. Go back and watch some Dwayne Wade highlights and watch how this dude was. I've never seen a guy shoot a ball and go sideways. That was Dwayne Wade. He'd wait to see. He's pump fake. Oh, he's jumping this way. I'm going to jump this way and shoot. Since when did that happen? James Harden. There's a whole era about the James Harden triple step back or the swipe through he would do to draw a foul. What happened to that? We all forget. This is not new. Paul George does it. He drives to the lane, shoulders you, gets you back, right? So all these casuals who want to talk, who don't play, y'all just keep yapping because this reminds me of a bunch of sheep. Keep talking. So I know you lately I've been watching you on this glazy. You're another glazy. I'm hearing about yes
shots.
Because all I get from you lately I've been getting is Shea hate shorts.
I mean, and then I
ask you the question is, I would like for you to bring some more history to it, not just this one little angle that you want to show me. Whereas what's happening? So here's another thing. Not yet. So I was listening to some Hall of Famers talk about this. Listen to Hall of Fame. These are Hall of Famers. Y'all favorite players. Favorite players. Talking about how this whole glazing that's happening, they're not on board with it. So y'all need to stop following the sheep and make your own informed assessments. Stop listening to the crowd and make your own assessment is the point. And I got receipts of your favorite players, the Hall of Famers again, talking about how, this Halle Glaze, he ain't all that. Not yet. And even if he wins, he's still not all that. These are your favorite Hall of Famers, the people your favorite players respect, talking about it. So y'all really need to tone it down a little bit and give respect where respect's due. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander has one of the deepest, most skilled bags this game has ever seen. And y'all need to learn to respect because half of the stuff he can't do, some of y'all favorite players can't even do as far as how skilled this man is. And we talk about a push-off. Let's talk about all the plays that happen before he gets to the point of a push-off, all the fouling that happens before he even gets to his shot. So yeah, he's only countering the fouling that's happening to him. So y'all really need to calm down. And that tells me how little people know or play the game to really understand what the game is really like when you actually get out on the floor.
Is it my turn?
Sure.
Can I raise my hand?
Absolutely.
Okay. First off, there is no Shea hate. There's no hate. No hate. We're not talking about history because we're talking about right now. Guess what? I didn't like Dwayne Wade either. I hated when he did that shit. Guess what? I wasn't a fan of James Harden. I hated when he did that shit. And guess what? When I see Shea go down and put out his arm, I hate that shit too. And I hate the fact that throughout history, the referees historically, on average. Don't call that shit. Okay? So history gone, right? I don't need the history lesson. You can
it's not for you.
I know, I'm just saying, but so you talking about my Shay hate though. We talk about me now. So that I gave you your time. It was my time. Sure. It's my time now. I reclaim my time. So what I'm saying is this, okay? The one thing that we've seen throughout this NBA Finals, just this NBA Finals, okay, is it seems like the league and the refs, as a point of emphasis, have allowed teams to play tough defense.
Sure.
Very tough defense. Sure. More so than we've seen.
Well, they should. It's the finals.
More so than we've seen historically. This is one of the rare times where I think we've seen this like resurgence of really, really tough defense. What the problem is when the same way that, they might be grabbing the shade, whatever, the same things happen on the other side. Caruso and Dort and all these guys, great defenders, but they're all up there getting handsy. They're all getting up there, push. They're all hand fighting. And that's fine if it's called across the board. Right? And to me, as long as it's called across the board, I'm good.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the content, remember to like, share, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications.